Hello Pisces, how are you? Welcome to your Aries season reading, April 2020. Let's get right into it, shall we? So, messages, guidance, patterns to break, things to address for Pisces, April 2020. The cards are all over the place, but don't really want to quite flip over. First card out, Knight of Cups. Either you or somebody else feeling the drive to make the offer, to make the gesture, to put that foot forward. I would like to caution, just as I was saying that, I would like to caution that this is a time, yes, also excuse the lighting, this is really terrible. While this is a time, right, we're in a global crisis and the humanity in ourselves and in others is making an appearance for some people for the very first time. What a shame. But in the midst of this quarantine, right, the hashtag quarantine bay, right? Hashtag, now you want to call me when you ain't got shit to do but sit at home during the lockdown. Lockdown love, right? Which for some of us, yes, can be a real thing, can be a time when old partnerships are born anew, or where we have a time, we are given time to really get to know somebody new in our lives, if it's a new partner. And also it's an opportunity for fuckery to happen. And it's an opportunity for offers to be brought in solely on the back of regret, right? So I would say, Five of Cups coming out right after the Knight of Cups, the indication of some form of guilt, some form of regret becoming the motivation behind which this Knight of Cups rides in. Yeah, more cards. And, Seven of Cups, not a card of clarity or clarification, right? Around this offer. That this offer is sort of also maybe steeped in the fantasy of what's happening right now. Oh God, this is really not. That's better. Now you can see me. So, as we were saying, Seven of Cups popping out after the Five of Cups. But the regret, right? When we are in this Five of Cups energy, there can be a moment of clarity, right? This energy can bring clarity. This energy can bring sobering realizations, right? That maybe the thing, what was in these three cups was actually really special and way more important to us than we initially thought. But if we turn around and see that there are two cups, there might be another opportunity, there might be another chance, but we turn around way more wiser, way more discerning, way more careful, and way more conscientious than we did before, right? Like the turning around and looking at these two cups isn't just about turning around and looking at the cups. It's also about being mindful and having a new set of awareness of what led us to these three cups tipping over in the first place, right? Doesn't really seem like that might have happened, right? Like maybe this person turned around and saw the two cups, but saw it from a place of desperation, saw it from a place of fantasy, of illusion. I believe we had some Neptune, Jupiter aspects. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really kept up with the astrology as of lately, like really in depth, besides sort of what Saturn's been doing and Venus has been doing. But yeah, the Seven of Cups and the Five of Cups for me indicates that, there is regret and that there is a running back to the thing that we have regretted losing. But I don't know if there really is I don't really know if the lesson was learned, right, from how those 3 cups got spilt in the first place. So any offers that come in now, I would really heed warning. Yes, 2 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. I will tell you this 2 of Swords might actually be your friend in this moment. 2 of Swords may actually very well keep you protected, right? I also see this card as a card of armoring, as a card of shielding. And that sometimes in order to sort of blockade ourselves, to keep ourselves from experiencing the confusion and the disillusion that comes with the 7 of Cups, we may need to blind ourselves a little bit, and that's okay. And we may need to keep 2 swords at either side so we can fend off anything that is disturbing our focus on not focusing, on not seeing, right? I do feel that whatever offer is coming in, that some of y'all are sort of in a space of like, I'm not, like, there's a stalemate. You're not, a stalemate has been created. You're not totally engaging in the situation, but I also don't see you moving on from it. I kind of see you sitting and, you know, sort of the offer comes in. You might have an intuition and a hunch that it's coming from this place of regret, and more so rather somebody losing what they had and no longer having access to you, right, in a certain way. And that you just sort of create a situation where you have shielded yourself off, but you're also not really entirely moving on. And I also say that because you have the 7 of Pentacles here, which indicates that there still is a curiosity about the thing. Maybe you are taking the time to take inventory of the situation, right? Of this 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups situation. If you're gonna take inventory from the perspective of, how did I end up here? Why do I feel inclined to go back? If I do feel inclined to go back, what lessons can I learn? What did I lose in the situation? What did I gain? Did I reap any harvest, right? Did I get anything out of this? I don't know. I don't know, Pisces. I don't know. But it feels like someone is trying to make a return. You know, and that's happening a lot. Yeah, 7 of Swords. That's happening a lot, right? Hashtag Quarantine Bay. And the question is, would this same person who is now riding in as the Knight of Cups, would they be behaving the same way if we weren't in a situation of global crises? Would they be behaving the same way if they knew how to act right the first time around? Would they be behaving the same way if they weren't cooped up in their house all day, every day, with nothing else to think about besides how they might have lost that really great, really awesome, probably really perfect and really suitable Pisces partner? Interesting. Everybody's getting the Tower. It's a Tower moment for all of us right now. I think this really speaks to our larger environment, and also an invitation to disrupt your own faulty foundations. So we also got the 7 of Swords that came out. So yeah, this same situation. I wonder if it was an Aries. With all the swords, because you also have the 5 of Swords here, not another not so great card. Maybe an air sign, maybe an Aries potentially. Seven of Swords. Another card of disillusionment. Another card of saving face rather than saving ass. That this person, right, who is now showing up as this really lovely Knight of Cups, potentially departed from the situation as a seven of swords, right? This card for me with the Emperor, he's somebody who really feels a need to be in control, who feels a need to have power over the people, places, and things in their lives. Eight of Wands coming in. They're really trying to, that's the other thing, right? Is that they're sort of putting on this mask. This is also about the masks that we wear and the ways in which we deceive ourselves and deceive others. And that in the deception, right, this person has gotten caught in the act of being deceitful and has to continue on their merry way with all their masks, all their deceiving qualities, all their disguises, right? And so it's like this person rides in initially as a Knight of Cups, right? Which appears to be very patient, very loving, very unconditional, very I love you, very much sort of wanting to swoon you in a way that's for you and not really about them, right? But really what I feel like is hiding it underneath is this sort of pressure and this push of like, well, give me what I want now. Do you know what I mean? Like this Eight of Wands energy I'm receiving, especially with it being in between the Emperor and the Five of Swords, is that what is actually really the foundation of what's really beneath this Knight of Cups, right? What's really motivating this Knight of Cups is a desire to want to exert control again. Is a desire to want to get their way and to get their way very, very quickly. They're not at all patient. They're not at all taking their time. They're not at all concerned with, you know, making this a really pleasurable and loving experience for you. It's kind of based in ego, right? That maybe when they did you dirty the first time, it was, there was some regret. It backfired on them. Maybe they ended up being in regret. But they're returning from that regret, having learned nothing, right? Having still learned absolutely nothing. So that's the story, right? That's the story. And again, it's a general reading, so it can go either way. You could be doing this to somebody else. You could be riding in wearing the guise of the really kind, sensitive, loving Pisces, and in reality, you have an agenda that is really meant to emotionally manipulate and control an individual whom you tried to get the upper hand on, but it backfired. They're sort of in a stalemate right now. So, you know, I guess I want to know, where's the lesson in this, right? Like, where's the growth? Where's the lesson for Pisces? Okay. Work, foundations, that there can be someone, there is potentially somebody who you can build a solid foundation with. Now, the thing about the three, yeah, and you might receive a message from that, from whoever this person may be. The thing is this, right? Here's what I feel like is the lesson, is that to a water sign such as Pisces, which ruled by Neptune in the 12th house, is all about fantasy, the illusion, the subconscious, the mind, how we can get trapped in those things, how we can literally live, breathe, and exist in the other realm and not so much in this realm, in the physical plane. This card, this Three of Pentacles, is all about the physical plane. It seems boring. You know, when I started doing tarot a while ago, and I would get the Three of Pentacles card for a potential relationship or a work situation, or, you know, if I asked for any piece of guidance and this card popped out, I would become like, it's like so boring, right? It's like, ugh. And now I've come to have a lot of respect and actually excitement for this card when it pops out, right? Because it is an indication that, yeah, there might not be such a flair for passion, right? There might not be a flair for the dramatic, and it's not a Venus and Leo kind of situation. Certainly isn't a Venus and Pisces kind of situation, right? This is definitely something that is steeped and based in reality, right? So where in your life, and this could really represent it could represent work, represent a relationship to yourself. Where are you constantly going about needing the fantastical things to happen, needing to be drowned in your own cups, to be drowned in your own sort of ebb and flow of illusion and fantasy? Those just sort of flipped out. Or is there a realization that maybe creating the foundation and doing the hard work and doing the work that seems boring and doing the work that seems monotonous and mundane, whether it be by myself or with a person or with a work situation or with another, you know, in another relationship, where are you willing to put down your Three of Pentacles and actually build? That it isn't always about the fantasy, that we have to be in one way or another very much tied to reality, right? And that if we want the big, bright, passionate relationships that also function, right, and that also won't blow us over and, you know, blow us to the wayside, there has to be deep work that is done spiritually and personally to create a foundation from which you can ride that wave of passion and still remain planted. And so you'll know when that wave of passion is one that will bring great joy and excitement and adventure, or one that will drown you in your own cups, in your own sorrow, right? Just because something is passionate and vibrant does not mean that it is the wave to ride. Does not mean that it's the waters to totally dunk our entire bodies into. Nine of Pentacles. Seems like this is a time. Feel like the Seven of Pentacles can become this Nine of Pentacles, right? There can, in fact, be a sense of luxury or a sense of refinement or a sense of excitement and pleasure in doing the Three of Cups, the Three of Pentacles work. We also have the Page of Wands here. So I feel like for some of you who are waiting on, okay, and then this will be it. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. Again, another card of structure. Sometimes definitely can be a card of dogma and a too stringent of adherence to systems, beliefs, actions, attitudes. Ooh, King of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. So, if you're dealing with a fire sign, they seem a bit liable to dash at any moment. Give me one moment. Sorry about that. I had my window open and it is now nighttime. So like I was saying, this King of Wands has a liability to turn into a Knight of Wands, which harkens back to this 8 of Wands, which was initially trying to present itself as the Knight of Cups. Trying to pretend it was something that it is not. This is not the first reading I've done where I have seen a sign or an element try and act totally out of its bag and in an inappropriate way. Not to say that fire signs can't employ some of this, right? Or be as the Knight of Cups from time to time. But to totally pretend that you are this energy when you are really this energy and you're just really trying to get it in and get out. Nope. This Queen of Cups seems a bit more, and you know, again, this Page of Wands could also indicate that this same King of Wands, who is really a Knight of Wands, right? Flighty and flashy, might come and try to pipe dream it up, right? Spin tales of 3 of Pentacles type foundations and security and patience and all the things that it actually really doesn't have the capacity to build. But that you have every capability of building for yourself. This is not a time, I don't think, to try and be in partnership with other people. I just, you know, you have this 5 of Swords here as well. I just don't feel that it's a time when people are going to be all that trustworthy. But we do have this Queen of Cups, which could also indicate your own energy. Let's take a look at this Queen of Cups. Do you have any messages? Who's this Queen of Cups? And then that'll be our last card that we'll draw. Who is this Queen of Cups? What are they about? Okay, could be a Capricorn. We have the Devil here, could be a Capricorn. Like I said, could be I'm glad I clarified that, right? Could be another situation where you're tied back into bondage with another person who, in all honesty, the Queen of Cups might be more dangerous than the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands will just like leave and come back and leave and come back. The Queen of Cups might swallow your entire life. So I'm really getting the vibe that the name of the game is to be in this 9 of Pentacles energy. Whatever offers are coming through, hashtag quarantine bae, hashtag you hit me up now that we're on lockdown, hashtag lockdown love. Like, I would ask motherfuckers, like, okay, like what, like, are you only showing up now because we're all in a nationwide lockdown, global lockdown, or are you showing up because you really give a shit? And if you do really, you know, if you, what's your game at? Where, you know, just sort of be in this energy of like, yo, step back. So that's your reading. And yeah, it just doesn't seem that anybody who's coming forth with an offer to you right now, I feel like there might be ulterior motives that even that person might not be aware of, right? So just be aware of that. But in any case, Pisces, I love you all. Hope you all are doing well and staying safe and staying sane. And I will see you in May for Taurus season. Bye.